right. So thank you. It's the Saturday edition of Serious Matters on ONIF TV. And here we are. My name is Newtelegraphng, and of course, we do serious matters every day. As long as matters make the round, we're here to, talk about, issues that make the round. Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining the Saturday edition. Here we are again on Serious Matters here on ONIF TV. Enjoy the music. All right, well, it seems as if Peter Obi is just all over. He's all over. People are, injuring themselves because of Peter Obi. They either saying things in his favor. But it's good that we have more people saying things in his favor than the people who are saying things against him. Whatever anybody has to say, here comes 2023 and we know who wins the election. Well, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who recently said that he has, retired from being a partisan politician, and what that simply means is that for the rest of his life, he's not going to he's not going to be a card-carrying member of any political party, political party till till he says bye-bye, he bids this world farewell. But in recent times, his movements had been pointing in one particular direction, even though so many, most of the contestants have gone to say hello to him, greet him, except for the candidate of the APC who had been at loggerhead. He had been at loggerhead with the president since back then. You remember when their allocation was held back for about 2 years or so in Lagos, and that had been one because he was able to pay salaries. I'm not saying that this guy the man is brilliant. He was able to pay salaries, but then even though I feel it was like to show your boss, like saying I can do without you. Even though they got the allocation back eventually, they paid them. It's not like but I don't think that rift had been settled ever since. But then when you compare the attention that Peter Obi is getting and compare that to the attention others are getting, the fingers pointing in the direction of others are showing that they are paying people to vote for them, while this other man is not paying anybody. Everybody is just routing for him. But then they looking in the direction of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Let's see what he has to say. His movement in recent times have been pointing in one direction, and that direction is the direction of Peter Obi, working in favor of Peter Obi, routing and trying to get the Northern elders, the Northern Forum to favor Peter Obi come 2023. And so this particular topic says Obasanjo who's north for Obi and Baba-Ahmed. That was put on the Newtelegraphng Nigeria earlier on today. He meets eminent persons and groups to route for Peter Obi 2023. Former president, like I said earlier on, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, is said to be making efforts to market the presidential bid of the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, in the northern part of the country ahead of the forthcoming general election scheduled for early next year. Remember that Peter Obi was at an evening service here there at Dunamis in Abuja last night, and the welcome was something else. I wish I could show you that video before I finish this particular edition. I wish I could show you that video so you could see. When I saw that video, one thing came to mind, and what came to mind was that but some people said the attention this man is gathering is on social media. What is all this that we are seeing in Dunamis? Is this just an issue of Peter Obi, or or Christian or Muslim ticket? In fact, some persons already even came out to say it's not even a Muslim ticket, it's a Tinubu Muslim ticket. That's not the only party that is. There is the People's Democratic Party, which is currently one of the opposition parties, who has actually a Muslim Christian ticket. And then we have the Peter Obi party, which is the Labour Party. He's not just routing for, from what we're going to look at this afternoon. The former president is not just routing for Labour Party. He's routing for marketing the personality, and that's why I said that the voting, the election that brought in President Muhammadu Buhari was not a vote for APC, and I think that's where people are getting it wrong. And most of the people who are routing for APC at the moment that's where they are getting it wrong. It wasn't a vote for the party that brought him to power. It was a vote for his personality. And that's why a lot of us are disappointed by what we are seeing. And so if it were to be for the party, one would have felt, well, it happens. But a lot of Nigerians are disappointed because a lot of us voted for President Muhammadu Buhari's person, not party. And that's the same thing that is happening here. And that's why I found very funny when a person in the class of Atiku Abubakar could go on TV and say that that the population following the influence that Peter Obi has is on social media, and that Labour Party. If you keep seeing it from that angle, election don't come and go, somebody done dey in power. You can't look at things from that perspective. He even went on to make the mistake of saying 90% of the northerners are not on social media. Can you imagine? And you are there in their midst. Is that what you want to turn Nigeria into? Is that what you want to turn Nigeria into? With your experience and the time that you have had in politics, in power, 90% of the northerners are not online. Can you imagine? 90%. That is a shame. Some things get some things where we say you go just talk, you no go know say you no supposed to talk am. So he go come up and say the thing where they try, the person where they try talk to, we go come leave that matter. Now the one where he talk said, now we go hold on to. She said we don't leave the issue of Peter Obi where they try hit at. Now the one where he now talk, now be the issue. And they talk say 90% of northerners. Really? If that be the case, then come on, you are not fit. You are not fit. It's not. This is serious matters, and that's why we apart from it's not an issue of being biased. We're just hitting the nail on the head and trying to see the way it is. And from all indications, when you look at what we are going to be doing, the editorial that is on Newtelegraphng this afternoon, you find out that it is, and looking at that video of Peter Obi's welcome at Dynamics yesterday night, you would agree with me that it is an election. Come 2023, it's an election between, let me say, Labour Party and others. Maybe Peter Obi and others. If it were to be, if you want to use name, then you say Peter Obi and others. Then if you want to use party, you say Labour Party and others. So the welcome was a rousing. They wouldn't even allow Pastor Dr. Becky to even welcome him. They just said we privileged to have in our midst, the presidential candidate, so Peter Obi, and everybody was like, people were jumping, and I said this will not be social media. This will not be social media issue. No, seriously, ONIF TV does not belong to Peter Obi, neither does it belong to any political party. But then we stand with the right things. We stand with the best. We stand with what makes love, what makes life good for everybody. That's what we stand for. And that's why you see my discussions here. I mean, some of you might just watch and just overlook them, so it doesn't matter. Well, no problem. But thanks to all of you who watch, and those of you who watch and you are like, Thanks for those of you who like our videos and also who share our videos with others. Now, competent sources in the note told Saturday Telegraph, just credit to them, that Obasanjo has in recent past met with various individuals and critical groups in the north with a view to making the region look in the direction of the former Anambra State governor to succeed incumbent Muhammad Buhari of the ruling APC, ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. It is true that former President Olusegun Obasanjo has commenced visits to numerous personalities and groups in the north to drum up support for the Peter Obi and Dati Baba-Ahmed presidential ticket in the north. These facts I can confirm, says a chieftain of the prominent socio-political group in the north who pleaded not to be mentioned. Now, according to the source, Obasanjo has been using yielded minimal fruits. Using two important points in his bid to get the buy-in of his host. By the source added that the efforts have only yielded minimal fruits, as many people in the north are said to wary of the possibility of an Obi presidency to the long-term interest of the region, that is the north. They're still wary about it. Being very careful with their decisions, not knowing what Obi could turn out to do eventually and all of that. Because it's possible. Somebody might say, this is what I want to do, and the moment he gets hold of power, he goes on to do something else. Well, he's the one in power. We go there to regret our action. Even people who say that Tinubu is not the person, is not the right person, who knows? I just be the best person, But I don't just want us to be tribalistic. The issue of is Yoruba Lokon or Bekinikon. No, it's not an issue of Yoruba Lokon. If you have brought in a Yemi Osinbajo would have been better, considering this age and the personality. Look at what he did recently. He's not a presidential candidate, but I tell you, someday very, very soon he's going to become president of Nigeria. He did that surgery in Nigeria. It was a knee surgery. It had to do with his leg. And we have had people who did surgery in this country. I'm sure people would have gone as far as going to do their pedicure and manicure in the UK or in the US. Because they have all it takes. They have the private jets. It's at their beck and call. And so let's look at it. Baba Obasanjo has been visiting people here in the north to market the candidature of the Labour Party, telling the people and the groups that he has visited to consider the likelihood of the presidency going to the southeast next year. He has been telling us that Obi would not do anything to injure the interest of the north if considered by our people to become the president. He told us that a similar thing had happened in the past that didn't injure the interest of the north. And so that's what the source said. Our source stated that the similar thing under reference was the emergence of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who became the president via the intervention of Obasanjo and other stakeholders. In 2010, people told Baba that the issue of secessionist agitation in the southeast is a source of worry to them. Well, that's it. But then I don't see Peter Obi, going in that direction. I don't see him going in that direction. Baba replied by saying the militant agitation in the South died down and has never reared its ugly head again since Jonathan became president. Obasanjo, told stakeholders that the emergence of Obi would halt the agitation. The source said the selling point Obasanjo has been using to push the former governor include Obi's perceived frugal approach to governance, which the former president, says is a positive score considering the state of the country's finances, which is believed to be so precarious and worrisome. Well, another source said Obasanjo is not making serious headway in his effort owing to what he termed an age-long suspicion that the North has for the Southeast, but that things might eventually change before the election. We still have several months ahead before the election. Like I've always said, things there's still a long time. Yes, though not too long, but then there's still some time to go. Not to say that the things are already this way, then this is. In fact, you cannot really say that this is the person that's going to win. You can just the likelihood. Look at what happened in the Osun State. probably one would have expected that the incumbent would have been able to go for a second time, straight away. But look at what happened. Now, findings by a correspondent revealed that the efforts of the former president resulted in the emergence of a former member of the upper chamber, Senator Dati Baba-Ahmed, as the running mate to Obi. That's, his movement that brought about that man. When contacted by Saturday Telegraph, credit to Saturday Telegraph, the media aide to the former president, Mr. Kende Akinyemi, fined ignorance of the move but promised to get back to our correspondent after consulting with his boss. I don't know if anything like that had happened. As I speak to you now, Baba-Ahmed is currently in Lagos, he said. Well, I'll leave the platform for you. What do you think about this this great man? What do you think? What do you think we are up to? You see, for me, I feel if we allow a Peter Obi to rule, since we don't have a Yemi Osibajo at SAT now, and I don't know if there are. I'm not a legislator, and neither am I a lawyer for me to know, but then the constitution is free, we have access to all of that. But then maybe because of my shallow knowledge of the constitution, I might not be able to say if there's anything that will, or any part of the constitution that can still bring Osibajo back on board to to run for the presidency come 2023. But then at the moment we have Peter Obi as the main actor amongst them all, because he seemed to be the only one, or as it were, who is not being attacked with certificate issue and all of that. Yes, personally, when you talk about certificate issues concerning Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't take interest in it. Why? This man had been governor 2 terms in office. He had worked with Mobile, and I can't imagine somebody working as an accountant with an organization such as Mobile with that certificate. And I don't know why it is now that such a thing is coming up. Some persons came up and said that, I didn't know him when I was in that school. Who knew you yourself? I remember while I was leaving secondary school, I went to that school, maybe I was there in SS, maybe joined in SS2, and I was there for about 2 years. And there was this young lady who had been in my class who I saw just 2 weeks for us to go. And I asked, have you been in this school? And she said, yes, I know you. Are you not so and so person? And she mentioned my name. I was like, really? So it's not everybody that you will know, even if they were in your class. Yeah, so even if you knew everybody, is there everybody that knows you? So excuses like that does not matter. But then when you talk about the competence of somebody, competence in all ramification, health and everything, stability and everything. It's not an issue of Milokan. No. It's not about who is next. Look at the trash that Sheyi Tinubu dropped on line. I mean, I don't know. He shouldn't have dropped such a message online at a time like this. You understand? You should be trying to. It's your father that is wanting to become president, and I think you should be doing everything not to be throwing jabs at the people. Don't throw jabs at the people. It's not wise. It's not a wise thing to do. I come to think of it, because whether Asiwaju is 76 or is 85, it's not an issue. That's not the issue. Whether he's 76 or 85. The truth is that I'm not sure he wants to use up to 76 or 85 more. I'm not sure. Because he will be nobody to reckon with. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So are all the people who are all routing for obviously. These guys are not healthy. There is so much issue in the country today. Naira is already hitting 730 naira. This is sad. It's bad. It's that bad. When you go to the market today, what you buy today, you don't meet it at the same price by the time you go tomorrow. It's sad. The jobs that we do need, so you know, for us to buy things from people or merchants who deal in dollars. I mean, they buy their stuff with dollars. And so when they're giving us prices today, they say price today. Price today. Because it might not be the same tomorrow. It might not be the same tomorrow. Well, I want to leave the platform for you. Feel free to drop your comments, but like I would always say, make your comments as simple as possible and as civil as possible. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll appreciate you. Please do drop your comments and make them simple and civil. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.